Welcome to episode 46 of Dinner from the Dining Car. It's Saturday, October 2nd, 2021. Now we're going to go a little easier today because we've had some rough stuff here lately, cooking-wise. And we're going to go with salad dressings. Now, salad dressings won't need a whole lot of cooking time, which today is a plus because here it is, the first weekend of October, and it's supposed to get up to about 103 here in Burbank today. That's bloody hot. So we're going to just make a big salad for dinner with some salmon in it, and then we're going to use these two lovely salad dressings. The first one is the Northern Pacific's honey mustard dressing. Now this, I've made a honey mustard dressing before, and this one is almost exactly the same as mine. So I'm thinking it's going to be really yummy. The second one is the Roman dressing from the Harvey House. This one we've never had before, so we're going to see. Now, what you're going to need for this is you're going to need a blender or a food processor or a chopper that can puree, because these need to be pureed to death so they don't separate. And as far as food items, here's what you're going to need. For two salad dressings, of course, you're going to need two salad dressing cruets. Picked these up just a few days ago. They're glass, not plastic. For the Roman dressing, you're going to need an egg, just one. You're going to need a cup of olive oil. Now this is kind of cool because both of these salad dressings use olive oil. You're going to need some Parmesan cheese. One thing I forgot to get out of the fridge, excuse me. Ta-da! You're going to need minced garlic. Now again, minced garlic, about a teaspoon of this is equivalent to 1 clove. And this recipe calls for 2.5 cloves, so we'll be using 2.5 teaspoons. You're going to need grated Parmesan cheese. Now this is the stuff that a lot of people put on their spaghetti. When I was young, we used to call this stinky cheese. You're going to need some salt, not this much, just a teaspoon or two. You're going to need a teaspoon or two of freshly ground pepper. You're going to need the juice of 1 lemon. And you're going to need a teaspoon or tablespoon, whatever, I don't have the recipe where I can read it right now, of Worcestershire sauce. Again, lead parents, best around. For the honey mustard dressing, you're going to need a cup, again, of olive oil. You're going to need at least 1/3 of a cup of honey. You're going to need at least 3 tablespoons of really good stone ground mustard. Now I like to use Engelhofer. If you have another brand handy, use it, but it has to be the stone ground spicy brown mustard. And you're going to need the juice from 1 lemon. And when we get started later, we'll start mixing all this. We're going to do the honey mustard dressing first, and then the Roman dressing over here. So that's it for this intro. That's everything you're gonna need, and I guess we'll see you in an hour or two when we go to start making these. We don't want to make these too late because they have to go excuse me, they have to go into the cruets and get sealed and put in your refrigerator. Now you're going to want to puree these. The reason is you're going to puree them is so they don't separate. We don't want them separating and then having to mix them every time you use them. I found that when I make salad dressings, if you puree them, they stay mixed. So that's it for this, and we'll be back a little later when we start making the dressings. We'll see you then. Okay, folks, we're back. We're ready to start. We've got my chopper here and everything we need to make our dressings. We're going to start with the honey mustard. We're going to take the juice of half a lemon. Oh, that's a juicy lemon already. Have our lovely little juice maker here, our juicer. That's a juicy lemon right there, folks. That's a lot of lemon juice. That's a juicy lemon. Oh my goodness. Whoops. Well, we dropped a little pulp in there, but that's not going to make any difference, really. I don't think. If you don't have one of these things, folks, you really should think about getting one. Just a little juicer that will squeeze the juice out of a lemon or a lime. There's the juice. Wow, of one lemon. That's a lot of lemon juice. There we go. Tilt it. Whoa, what a mess. Ah, a little more pulp dropped in. Oh well. Your mustard. I should have been smart and opened this before the video started. Oh well. You're going to need like 2 tablespoons of this brown mustard, stone ground. There we go. What a mess. I'm going to get up for a second, zoom the camera in a little bit so you can see more of this. There we go. That's a little, whoops. That's a little better. Now you see the stuff. You guys don't want to see me. That's kind of not important. Honey. You're going to need about 2/3 of a cup. Whoa. Little spillage there. Oh, this is really good honey. And we're just going to pour it in. Pretty much use the last of my honey. Good thing I don't need any for the other recipe. Now what you're going to do, come on baby, is you're going to start, you're going to get out a cup of olive oil. That's about a cup of olive oil. Put you over there. Don't drop it. And you're going to start pureeing and pouring the olive oil in. Whoa, Jesus, too much, too fast. Oh, that was a bad call. I'm getting olive oil all over the table. Okay, take the lid out. Pour your olive oil in. Excuse me a minute while I get a damp rag and clean this mess up. Well, you just don't have a day without a kitchen failure. Now do you? Paper towel, wipe up this olive oil that's dripping all over the place. Oh man, it is dripping all over the place. And then you just put that lid back on and start pureeing and pureeing and pureeing until it's all really well mixed. That looks beautiful. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it really looks great. This will make sure all these ingredients are very well mixed. Oh yes. This is what you end up with. A really nice thick. I have to have a spoon to taste this. Now, if you like your dressing a little sweeter, you can add a little more honey. If you like your dressing a little more mustardy, oh my goodness, that's delicious. Just the way it is. And you're going to grab one of your cruets. And you're going to pour this slowly into the cruet so you don't get dressing all over the table. A funnel would be nice, but I don't remember where my funnels are. Doesn't that just blow? And it's a nice thick dressing too. I imagine you can see how thick this is. Oh, that looks delicious. Oops. Oh, that is delicious. That's really good. And there you have, just that simple, the North Pacific honey mustard dressing. It's just that simple. Now, if you'll give me a few minutes to clean up, wash out my chopper accoutrement, wash out a couple of cups, get rid of some lemon peel, and we'll be back in just a minute to make the Roman dressing. We'll see in a couple minutes. Alrighty, we're back. And now, first thing for the Roman dressing. First thing with the Roman dressing is you need to take your 2½ teaspoons of garlic. One. Now, that's about 2½ right now. And then your 1½ teaspoons of salt. Again, I use pink Himalayan. I don't know what anybody else is using. You can just use plain iodized, I guess. 1½ teaspoons of salt. Now you're gonna fight to get the bag closed because it don't want to close. You're just going to stir that up a little bit, and you're going to set it aside because it has to be pulverized with the dressing last. I also have 2 teaspoons of fresh ground black pepper. So the first thing you're going to do with this recipe is your egg. You're going to crack your egg into your lovely little now you're going to beat that. You're going to get your 1 cup of olive oil. Again, a cup of olive oil. There we go. Put that out of the way. You're going to pour that in with your egg. You're going to pulverize the snot out of it. You're going to puree the snot out of this bad boy. There you have it. 1 pureed egg. Ooh, that already looks good. Okay. Then you're going to add the juice from your lemon. Where's my juicer? Yeah, maybe I should have bought a bigger juicer. Maybe I should have bought the bigger juicer instead of this littler one. You're not getting away with it, lemon. Oh no, I refuse to let you win. Okay, there's half a lemon's worth of juice. Squeeze really nicely. But I did buy this lemon juicer because it was metal and not plastic. The plastic one would not last, let's be honest. Oh, look at that. That's a lot of juice going in there. Then you're gonna puree that for a little while. Okay. Now you're gonna add your Parmesan cheese. Again, this is another one that I should have opened before I started the video. You need 1/3 of a cup of Parmesan cheese. And like me, I'm getting it all over the damn table. Oh, it's a good thing Judy's in the tub right now and not seeing me make this mess. She might be a little upset. And once that's in, you puree it a little more. Add 2 teaspoons of fresh ground pepper, which I ground just before I started the video. And whip that around too. Get that all nice and mixed in. That's all nice and mixed in right there. Okay, and your Worcestershire sauce. you need a tablespoon of what's this here sauce. You need a tablespoon of Worcestershire. And there that goes. And when you put your Worcestershire in, then you take the salt and garlic mixture, which has been sitting, getting all happy. You toss that in there too. This is actually a pretty simple dressing. And then you hit it one final time, pureeing all this together. Time for a sample. Time for a sample. Oh, wow. That's good. That's really good. Oh my goodness. Now, you need to get your other cruet. And gently pour this into the cruet, trying not to spill it all over the table. And this is a dressing that's not being very cooperative. It kind of wants to go on the table. It kind of wants to go all over the place. You know, if I could find where my funnels were, this would be a whole lot different story. But I can't find my funnels, so we're going to end up with stuff on the table. Oh. Well, folks, if you're a clumsy guy like me, you're going to need to do a lot of cleanup after this recipe. So we'll get that done, and we'll be back in a few minutes to finalize this video up for you. We'll see you in a few. Well, folks, there you have it. The bottle on the left here is honey mustard. The bottle on the right here is the Roman dressing. And that's it for this video. See, I told you, simple. Got it shot really quick. Now these will go in the fridge. They should go into the refrigerator a couple of hours before you plan to use them, which is great because it's just after 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in Burbank. And we're going to be having dinner about 5, so that's perfect. Anyway, there you have it, folks. That's all there is. If you please hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, or want the recipes, email me at dinnerfromthediningcar@yahoo.com. And thank you for watching.